So the one piece of advice I would give to young artists, but I would just say I would give to everyone, everywhere, regardless of age, because everyone's a young artist somewhere inside, and that's do what you love to do. When you're looking for what you're going to do for your career, and it's much easier to give to a young person than an old person, because old people have children and responsibilities and all the problems of real life. And when you're younger, life's so much easier. My 10-month-old son is perfectly happy, but what's he got to be unhappy about, right? Everything's sort of taken care of for him. That's going to get harder as it gets older. But the key to success is doing what you love. Could you imagine getting paid really, really well to do something that you didn't love to do? What a horrible curse that would be. So as much as, and of course it's an ideal answer, but it's an ideal question, and that's focus on what you love, because there's so many Fortune 500 executives who work for 30 years so they can retire to make shaker furniture in their garage. Like, just make shaker furniture in your garage if that's what you love to do. Now, money's an illusion and a trap. Of course, we all live and die by it, but it's not the most important thing. The most important things in life are free. You'll know you're on the right track when you feel it. Now, that's a really shitty answer, because that doesn't really help you if you're the one trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life. But what's important is to do what's really fun for you, so you feel like, and even if that's like playing video games, just get so good at it that people pay you to play them, and people do that now. That's a legitimate job you can have. Of course, it's super elite. It's like being an athlete or an artist or something, but it can be done. And if you don't know and you don't feel it, just keep trying other things. Keep trying. And really be sensitive to what's fun about it, because you might find something in something that you didn't think that was going to be fun that's really fun, and that might be a clue to help you find the other thing that really is, or it's a combination of things. And the other thing that's really important is whatever you do, even if it's something that doesn't seem like it's your life's passion, or it doesn't look like it's as much fun as what I do, is to do it 100%. So I told you the story earlier about how I became an artist, but I struggled for many years. So I discovered I was going to be an artist when I was about 20. I knew I was going to do it for the rest of my life, but I spent 20 years as a janitor, as a repairman, as a contractor, and I did all these, as a carpenter, did all these jobs that weren't exactly what I wanted to do. But I had a breakthrough one day, and I'd gotten fired from my carpentry job, and I took a job as a janitor, and I was very overqualified and underpaid to do this job. It was like a step down, and I was new in New York City, and I didn't really have a lot going on, and I didn't really have my studio. It was this room, but it was totally empty. There was nothing in it, and I had to take this job to pay the bills, and I just completely committed to it, and I became like a ninja black belt janitor. I was so good that my other janitor coworkers said, "Hey Tom, you're making us look really bad." And I remember saying to my supervisor, "Good. You should look bad if you're half-assing this. Do the best fucking job you can, and slay it so that people that we're working for can appreciate it and they can do their job. We're all part of a team here." And in that moment, I realized that it wasn't. Although I was a janitor, the time that I spent cleaning the toilet was my time, and I could spend it resenting that I was cleaning a toilet, or I could just make that toilet shine and do a really good job of it. And in that moment, I realized that time, even though I was getting paid by the hour by someone else, and it wasn't a lot of money, and it was literally a shitty job, that time was my own, and the approach that I took to cleaning that toilet was mine and no one else's. And I could resent it or I could love it. And I chose to love it, and I very quickly became the supervisor of that project and of projects beyond that. And that company wound up hiring me to make art for them. And I bought a bunch of tools that I still use to this day, and then quit that job and made sculpture for the rest of my life with them. But that approach of loving what you do, even if it isn't a good job, and sometimes the boss has got to shovel shit in Louisiana. It's just the approach that you take to it.